Welcome to Connor Reads Manuals, where I, Connor, read various manuals that I have laying around the house. Today I will be reading the second part of the manual for Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Gamecube, starting with The Tailor's Shop. Design and display your own patterns at the tailor's shop. You can carry up to 8 patterns. Check the patterns on display. Press the A button in front of a pattern to see the following commands. Display mine. Display your pattern at the store. Sure, the pattern displayed at the store is replaced with your creation. Exchange. Swap your pattern for one displayed at the store. I want it. Choose this to take the pattern you've selected. However, you must delete a pattern you are currently carrying. Can we trade? Exchange your pattern for one displayed at the store. Note: if you change the original pattern, you'll also change the pattern of any item using that same design. However, outfits and umbrellas displayed at the store won't change, and neither will the flag on your island. See page 16 to learn how to use your patterns. Design cards, e-reader. Creating detailed designs can take some time, but if you happen to have an Animal Crossing e-reader design card sold separately, you can immediately get a fine design straight from the e-reader card. First, insert the e-reader into your Game Boy Advance and connect it to your Nintendo GameCube using a Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable. The Game Boy Advance e-reader and Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable are all sold separately. See the e-reader instruction booklet for detailed instructions on connecting the e-reader to your Nintendo GameCube. Next, go to the Able Sisters tailor shop. Talk to Maple and choose Other Things. You'll have to get your e-reader ready to transfer design data, so choose Prep e-reader. Follow the instructions on your Game Boy Advance screen, and then swipe your card through the e-reader. You can transfer the design from the e-reader card to your Nintendo GameCube game by dropping it onto one of your 8 available patterns. Just remember, you'll have to sacrifice one of your 8 designs to save it. If you talk to Maple, create a pattern. Select a place to store your pattern. This will erase one of the patterns on your item screen. Using the design tools, create your own pattern. See page 26 to learn how to use the design tools. When you finish the pattern, give it a name. You can enter up to 16 characters. When you finish, you will pay a fee. Any suggestions? Select this to get a recommendation from Mabel on the patterns displayed at the store. Save pattern. You can save up to 96 patterns on a memory card. Game Boy Advance design. Load your patterns into the Game Boy Advance where you can edit them and create new patterns. See page 37 about designing patterns. Design your own pattern. Grid area. Turn the grid display on and off. Area cursor. Use the L and R buttons to switch between areas. Your current area has a green border. Change the combination of colors. Palette area. Select your colors here. Paint cursor. Use the control stick to move the cursor and paint with the A button. Canvas area. Design a pattern within this 32 by 32 grid. Tool area. You have the pen tool, paint tool, shape tool, symbol tool, and undo. Erase the last mark. When the area cursor is on the canvas, the L and R buttons change area, the Y button is undo, the X button turns the grid display on or off, the A button is paint or confirm, the B button is pick up a color on the canvas, the control stick moves the paint cursor, the control pad selects tool, and the C stick selects colors. Other locations. Police station. Every police station has a lost and found department, which can store up to 20 lost items. If more than 20 items come in, the older items disappear. Feel free to reclaim any lost goods there. Also, you can get valuable information on upcoming events from the policemen. When you visit another town, be sure to stop in at the local police station when you're visiting a friend's town. Officer Copper will give you a map of the town, good for whenever you visit. See page 32 to learn more about visiting other towns. Wishing well. If you can't complete a delivery because the recipient has moved away, place the item in the wishing well, where you can apologize for not delivering it. The wishing well can also tell you about the state of your town. If you find out where the recipient has moved, if you know where the recipient lives, you can hand over the item by visiting that town. It's always better to complete a delivery than to apologize for not completing one. The dump. Drop off any items you no longer need here. They'll stay in the dump until the next garbage collection day. Museum. You can donate your fossil, painting, fish, or insect collection to the museum. Any items you donate will be put on display, where you and your friends can see them at any time. The Town Bulletin Board. Anyone can post a message on the bulletin board. The bulletin board can hold up to 15 messages. Older messages get deleted as new messages are posted. Once you post a message, you can't delete it, so be careful what you write. Any special town events will be posted on the bulletin board, so be sure to check it frequently. The joystick and C-stick are scroll through the messages left and right. Up is jump to the newest message, down is jump to the oldest message, A is post a message, and B is cancel. The Town Tune Bulletin Board. You can compose and change the tune that plays every hour in your town, and whenever you talk to the other townsfolk. Press Start and choose Yes to use the music you composed, or choose Throw It Out to undo your changes. When you change the music, the previous tune is deleted. Press Start to exit the bulletin board screen. Left, right, A, and B are move cursor. X is play town tune. Joystick up and down is change note. Y is erase town tune. There's rest, extend the preceding note, and play a random note. Town Tune Cards, e-reader. Sometimes trying to think up a nifty new town tune can be difficult. However, if you have an Animal Crossing e-reader card with town tune data on it, you can change your town tune easily. First, insert the e-reader into your Game Boy Advance and connect it to your Nintendo Gamecube using a Nintendo Gamecube Game Boy Advance cable. The Game Boy Advance, e-reader, and Nintendo Gamecube Game Boy Advance cable are all sold separately. See the e-reader instruction booklet for detailed instructions on connecting the e-reader to your Nintendo Gamecube. Next, stand in front of the Town Tune bulletin board and press the A button. When the bulletin board screen appears, press the R button to use your e-reader. Choose Prep e-reader from the menu to prepare your e-reader to transfer data. Once the e-reader is ready, choose Read Card. Follow the instructions on your Game Boy Advance screen, and then just swipe a card whenever you're ready. Your town tune will be changed automatically. Gyroids and saving your game. Save. Before you quit the game, always talk to the gyroid in front of your house to save your game. You can save only onto the memory card you started the game with. You cannot copy this data to another memory card. Save and quit. Save the game and go back to the title screen. Save and continue. Save the game and continue from where you left off. You need at least 57 blocks on a memory card to save Animal Crossing data. You need 1 block to record your NES game score, separate from Animal Crossing data. Note, do not remove memory card while the save screen is displayed. It could result in corrupting save data, forcing you to restart your town from scratch. The passage of time between when you last played the game and when you play again is calculated by the Nintendo GameCube's internal clock. Changing the internal clock on your Nintendo GameCube, see page 17 of the Nintendo GameCube User's Manual, will affect the time passage calculations in the game. Store an item. Grab an item from the item screen and drag it to your gyroid. You can leave up to 4 items with your gyroid. Items you leave with the gyroid can be seen and bought by other players. Give away. Give this item to another player for free. Set price. Sell it to another player. You set the price. Display. Show off your item. No one else can take it. Other things. Paste or remove a pattern on your door. Paste pattern. Paste your own pattern onto the door. Remove pattern. Take down your pattern from the door. Set message. You can create a personal greeting message that other players will see if they visit while you're away. See page 10 to learn how to type. The mailbox. Any new letters you receive will be waiting for you in the mailbox. The mail icon blinks on and off when you have mail. Visit a friend's town. Every town is unique, so when you visit a friend's town, you'll notice that its layout and residents are quite different from yours. If you ever want to meet new people and see new places, you can visit another town using a memory card that contains a friend's town data. There are 2 ways to travel to another town. Talk to Porter. If you want to take a trip, go to the train station and talk to Porter, the attendant. Before you travel, check your Animal Crossing clock and Nintendo GameCube system clock to make sure the time settings between your town and your destination are roughly the same. If the two time settings are very different, your turnips might go bad, or an item you've sent might not reach its destination. What's different in other towns? The townsfolk, the items at Tom Nook's store, the fruit on trees. Look for other differences. Some things in other towns may seem similar to those in yours. Go home. When you're ready to head back to your town, go to the train station and talk to Porter again. When you get back home, be sure to talk to your gyroid and save your progress. Note, if you reset or quit without saving after you return from traveling, you will lose all of the bells and items you were carrying. Always talk to your gyroid and save after you've been traveling. Travel Method 1. For this method, you need 2 memory cards, one with your town data and one on which you can save travel data. Slot A, your town data, slot B, your travel data. Then slot A, your friend's town data, and slot B, your travel data. Step 1. Create travel data. Talk to Porter and create travel data on the memory card in slot B. This requires 3 empty blocks. Your town data is saved automatically. Step 2. Travel to your friend's town. Insert the memory card containing your friend's town data in slot A, while the memory card containing your travel data is in slot B. You're all set to visit your friend's town. Animal Crossing will automatically overwrite your old travel data before your next trip. Travel Method 2. For this method, you need 2 memory cards, one with your town data and one with a friend's town data. Slot A is your town data, and slot B is your friend's town data. Step 1. Load your town data. If you talk to Porter while the memory card with your friend's town data is inserted into slot B, you'll enjoy a short train ride to your friend's town. Your own town is saved automatically. Step 2. Travel to your friend's town. After the train ride, you will arrive in your friend's town. Enjoy your stay. Traveling is cool, man. Connect with the Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable. You can connect your Game Boy Advance to the GameCube using a Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable, sold separately. See page 40 to learn how to connect the cable to your Nintendo GameCube. When you turn off your Game Boy Advance, any Animal Crossing data you had in the Game Boy Advance will be erased. See page 39 for details. You don't need a cartridge to download onto your Game Boy Advance. Visit a tropical island, Nintendo GameCube. Talk to Cap'n. Go to the pier near the beach while your Game Boy Advance is turned on and connected to your Nintendo GameCube. You'll find Cap'n waiting there, waiting to take you to a tropical island. If this is your first visit to the island, you'll get the opportunity to name it here. Once you're on the island, take some time to visit your island native. Go fishing, catch some insects, or decorate your island bungalow. It's always summer in your tropical island, so it's nice to go there when the weather in your town is bad. You can also paste your own pattern onto the island flag. When you're ready to go home, to return to your town, just talk to Cap'n again. When you get back home, be sure to talk to your gyroid and save your progress. When you save your town data, your island data will be saved as well. Cross the ocean and travel to an island, Game Boy Advance. When you return to your town from the island, you can save your island's data onto the Game Boy Advance. This way, you can watch your island's resident while you're away. Button assignment for Game Boy Advance. Control pad, move cursor. Select sleep mode. A button, tap and zoom in. B button, zoom out and link mode. See page 39 to learn about sleep mode. Playing with the Islanders. While you are zoomed in, use the control pad to move the cursor and press the A button to perform various actions. See what happens when you make your Islander happy. Tap on your Islander. Are you looking at me? Tap an item. Pick it up and move it around. Tap on the hut. Someone was in there. Exchange your island with a friend. Use a Game Boy Advance Game Link cable to connect 2 Game Boy Advance systems and exchange your island with a friend. Using a Game Boy Advance link cable. You will need to have 2 Game Boy Advance systems, 1 Game Boy Advance Game Link cable. Trade islands. Press the B button while in normal view from the island to trade your island with a friend. 2. Select Yes to see a screen like the one on the right. Connect the Game Link cable to each Game Boy Advance extension port while this screen is displayed. 3. Once you've connected the Game Link cable, follow the instructions on screen and execute the exchange. 4. When the exchange is finished, Follow the instructions on screen and disconnect the Game Link cable. Some notes on using the Game Boy Advance Game Link cable. Under the following circumstances, the link might fail, create an error, or erase the data you saved on your Game Boy Advance. A cable other than the Game Link cable was used. The Game Link cable was not connected properly. The Game Link cable was disconnected during the exchange. The Game Link cable was connected to the connector box. 3 or more Game Boy Advance systems are linked together. The Game Link cable was disconnected before the instructions to do so appeared. A game pack was inserted while the power was on. Create your own patterns on the Game Boy Advance. Talk to Mabel at the tailor's shop while your Game Boy Advance is connected to the Gamecube with the power turned on. Select Design Advance to download the design tool or load your own patterns from the Game Boy Advance. Loading the tool. 1. Select a location to store your pattern. 2. Design your pattern. 3. Name the pattern. First, you will have to load the design tool onto your Game Boy Advance. This will also load any patterns you are carrying. Follow the same steps you do on the Nintendo GameCube to create a new pattern. Using the design tool. Check the controls below. The Game Boy Advance design tool works much like the one on the Nintendo GameCube. Control pad is move cursor. Start is finish designing. Select is sleep mode. See page 39 for more information on sleep mode. The L and R buttons are switch area. The A button is paint and confirm. And the B button is select color. Naming your pattern. Follow the button assignments below to enter characters, following the same steps as on the Nintendo GameCube. Control pad, move cursor on keyboard. Start, finish typing. Select sleep mode. See page 39 for more information on sleep mode. L button, switch keyboard. R button, accent letter. A button, select letter. And B button, backspace. Load design. Talk to Mabel at the tailor's shop while your Game Boy Advance is connected to the GameCube and the power is turned on. Select Other Things, Design Advance, and then Load Design. The patterns you created on the Game Boy Advance will be sent to the Nintendo GameCube. The new patterns are saved on your pattern list in the item screen. Choose a pattern to send to the Nintendo GameCube and select a location to store it. Sleep mode. When you're done playing your Game Boy Advance, press Select to enter sleep mode. Sleep mode turns the screen off while keeping the power on, helping to save battery power. Entering sleep mode. Press Select to bring up a screen like the one on the right. Select Yes to enter sleep mode. If you select No, the game will resume. If no selection is made after the screen has been displayed for 10 seconds, or if there is no other activity for 5 minutes, the Game Boy Advance will automatically enter sleep mode. You can't enter sleep mode if you are exchanging information with a GameCube or another Game Boy Advance, the warning message after the title screen is displayed, or the game is switching to another screen. Returning to the title screen. Press the L button and select simultaneously while in sleep mode to bring up a screen like the one on the right. Select Yes to go to the title screen and No to resume sleep mode. Note, if you turn the power off or the batteries run out while your Game Boy Advance is on or in sleep mode, any data on the Game Boy Advance will be lost. To save your progress, load your Game Boy Advance data onto the Nintendo GameCube and save at your gyroid. If you want to disconnect either a Game Boy Advance link cable or a Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable from a Game Boy Advance that has game data saved on it, be sure to do so while the power is on. Linking a Nintendo GameCube and a Game Boy Advance. What you need. 1 Nintendo GameCube system. 1 Animal Crossing game disc. 1 Game Boy Advance system. 1 Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable. How to connect. Follow the instructions on page 7 to start the game. When the game begins, connect the Game Boy Advance cable and controller port 2, 3, or 4. With the power on the Game Boy Advance turned on, connect the cable to the Game Boy Advance. See page 34 to 39 for more details. The Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable will operate as long as it is connected to controller port 2, 3, or 4. Do not connect the Game Boy Advance cable or a Game Boy Advance you won't be using. Game Boy Advance / Nintendo GameCube / Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable connection diagram. Notes on linking. The following circumstances might cause a communication error or erase the data you saved on your Game Boy Advance. 1. A cable other than the Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable is used. 2. There is a cartridge inside the Game Boy Advance. 3. There is a loose connection. 4. The Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable, Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo GameCube are not connected properly. 5. The Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable is pulled out while exchanging information. 6. The power on the GameCube or Game Boy Advance is turned off while exchanging information, or the GameCube's reset button is pressed. Animal Crossing Staff Credits. Producer Takashi Tezuka. Director Katsuya Iguchi, Hisashi Nogami. Character animation Ryuji Kobayashi. Character design Noriko Ikegawa, Yoshihisa Morimoto. Screen design Toki Ida. Interior design Aya Sumimoto. Field design Jun Takamura and Shinko Konishi. Effect design Masanao Arimoto. Event design Naoki Mori. Design support Michiho Hayashi, Kazumi Yamaguchi, Taiko Sugawara, Tomoaki Nakahara, Atsushi Miyagi, Yumi Yoshimi. Sound director Kazumi Totaka. Field BGM Kenta Nagata. Indoor BGM Toru Minagishi. Event BGM Shinobu Tanaka. Sound effects programming Taro Bando. Sound support Yasushi Ida. Script Makoto Wada, Kunio Watanabe, Kenshiro Ueda. Programming director Yuhiki Atsuki. Programming Masaru Nii, Kunihiro Komatsu, Gentaro Takaki, Hiromichi Miyake, Kenzo Hayakawa, Shigehiro Hasamatsu, Takamitsu Kuzuhara, Kenji Matsutani, Atsushi Nishiwaki, Takafumi Noma, Masatoshi Ogawa, Atsushi Sakaguchi, Masaru Sakakibara, Makoto Sasaki, Nobuhiro Sumiyoshi, Yoshitaka Takashita, Hiroshi Umamiya, Yuichi Yamamoto, Shigeki Yoshida. NES emulator program Tomohiro Kawase, Hideaki Shimizu. Technical support Takao Sawano, and library support team. NOA localization team English translation Tim O'Leary, Scott Ritchie, Bill Trinan, Maki Yamane. English writing and editing Rich Amtower, Nate Bieldorf. Localization management Jeff Miller, Leslie Swan. NOA engineering team Rachel Lynette, Robert Crombie, Kirk Buchanan, Dan Simpson, Miho Hattori, Sean Sakuma, Randy Shoemake, Andrew Beecraft. Debug support Hironobu Kakui, Yoshito Yasuda. Debug Super Mario Club. Special thanks Toshihiko Nakago, SRD. Executive producer Satoru Iwata. Important. Warning, copying of any Nintendo game is illegal and strictly prohibited by domestic and international intellectual property laws. Backup or archival copies are not authorized and are not necessary to protect your software. Violators will be prosecuted. This Nintendo game is not designed for use with any unauthorized copying device or any unlicensed accessory. Use of such device will invalidate your Nintendo product warranty. Nintendo and/or any Nintendo licensee or distributor is not responsible for any damage or loss caused by the use of any such device. If use of such device causes your game to stop operating, disconnect the device carefully to avoid damage and resume normal play. If your game ceases to operate and you have no device attached to it, please contact Nintendo Customer Service. See below. The contents of this notice do not interfere with your statutory rights. This booklet and other printed materials accompanying this game are protected by domestic and international intellectual property laws. For further information or assistance, please contact Nintendo Consumer Service, www.nintendo.com, or call 1-800-255-3700, US and Canada. Warranty and service information. You may need only simple instructions to correct a problem with your product. Try our website at www.nintendo.com or call our customer assistance hotline at 1-800-255-3700 rather than going to your retailer. Hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Time, Monday through Saturday, and 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Time on Sundays. Time subject to change. If the problem cannot be solved with the troubleshooting information available online or over the telephone, you will be offered express factory service through Nintendo or referred to the nearest Nintendo authorized repair center. Please do not send any products to Nintendo without contacting us first. Hardware warranty. Nintendo of America, Inc., Nintendo, warrants to the original purchaser that this hardware product shall be free from defects in material and workmanship for 12 months from the date of purchase. If a defect covered by this warranty occurs during this warranty period, Nintendo or a Nintendo authorized repair center will repair the defective hardware, product, or component free of charge. The original purchaser is entitled to this warranty only if the date of purchase is registered at the point of sale or the consumer can demonstrate to Nintendo's satisfaction that the product was purchased within the last 12 months. Game Pack and Accessory Warranty. Nintendo warrants to the original purchaser of this that the product, game packs, and accessories shall be free from defects in material and workmanship for a period of 3 months from the date of purchase. If a defect covered by this warranty occurs during this 3-month warranty period, Nintendo or Nintendo authorized repair center will repair the defective product free of charge. Service after expiration of warranty. Please try our website at www.nintendo.com or call the Consumer Assistance Hotline at 1-800-255-3700 for troubleshooting information and or referral to the nearest Nintendo authorized repair center. In some instances, it may be necessary for you to ship the complete product, freight prepaid and insured for loss or damage, to the nearest service location. Please do not send any products to Nintendo without contacting us first. Warranty limitations. This warranty shall not apply if this product, A, is used with products not sold or licensed by Nintendo, including, but not limited to, non-licensed game enhancement and copier devices, adapters, and power supplies. B, is used for commercial purposes, including rental. C, is modified or tampered with. D, is damaged by negligence, accident, unreasonable use, or by other causes unrelated to defective materials or workmanship. Or E, has had the serial number altered, defaced, or removed. Any applicable implied warranties, including warranties of merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose, are hereby limited in duration to the warranty periods described above, 12 months or 3 months as applicable. In no event shall Nintendo be liable for consequential or incidental damages resulting from the breach of implied or express warranties. Some states do not allow limitations on how long an implied warranty lasts or exclusion of consequential or incidental damages, so the above limitations may not apply to you. This warranty gives you specific legal rights, and you may also have other rights which vary from state to state. Nintendo's address is as set forth on the back cover of this booklet. This warranty is only valid in the United States. Passwords. Use this space to write down any passwords you receive from friends, magazines, or other sources. Official Nintendo Power Player's Guide. Available at your nearest retailer, www.nintendo.com. Need help with installation, maintenance, or service? Nintendo Customer Service, www.nintendo.com. Or call 1-800-255-3700, Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Time subject to change. Nintendo of America, Inc., P.O. Box 957, Redmond, Washington 98073-0957, USA. www.nintendo.com. Printed in USA.